every soul. Family ties, tangled, spaghetti in a maze. Growing up in this world of non-stop craze. Through Wonderland's gates we unlock the scene. Heartfelt confessions mixed with caffeine. Identity a mirror, emotions on the grind. Relationships weave webs tangled in the mind. Dad had a dad joke, mom had a battle cry. Bro screaming GTA, sister waving goodbye. Chaos at the dinner table, feelings hit the wall. Trying to grow tall, but the ceiling's way too small. Through Wonderland's gates we unlock the scene. Heartfelt confessions mixed with caffeine. Identity a mirror, emotions on the grind. Relationships weave webs tangled in the mind.
Welcome back to Wonderland Unlocked. I'm so glad that you're here. Today's episode is one that I've been waiting to explore with you. Wonderland's found family, building your true support system. For those of us who grew up feeling like outsiders in our own homes, for those who were dismissed, denied, or made to feel like there were too much, this episode is about the beauty and power of choosing your people. The ones who see you, believe you, and stand beside you, not because they have to, but because they want to. So today we walk through the wildflowers and the crooked tea tables of Wonderland to explore what found family really means and how to start building one of your own. Let's begin here with the ache. The quiet, sometimes loud, always present ache that says, I wish I belonged somewhere. That hunger for safety, for resonance, for a circle that feels like home. We're taught that family means blood, that you're supposed to feel grateful just for being included. But what if your blood relatives never really saw you? What if home was a place where your feelings didn't fit the atmosphere, where your truth was too loud, too tender, or too much? What if love came with rules, with conditions, with a hush? That's when we look through the looking glass, not to escape, but to expand. That's when we ask, what if I could create something different? Because maybe it's not about cutting ties. Maybe it's about cutting cords, the ones that tangle your identity in guilt and shame. Maybe it's about loosening the grip of old patterns, so you can breathe and begin again. This is the starting point of found family. Not a rejection of connection, but a redirection of it. A decision to stop forcing belonging and start cultivating it. To say, I deserve softness. I deserve people who get me. I deserve to feel safe in my own life. And for some of us, that starts with grieving. Not because we're weak, but because grief clears the ground for something more honest to grow. What do you wish family had felt like for you? What part of you has been waiting the longest to be welcomed? Here's the thing about Wonderland. It's chaotic, strange, and unpredictable. The rules shift, the ground moves, the logic bends, and yet Alice finds connection. Not always where she expects, not always in traditional forms. There's the White Rabbit, anxious, hurried, but constant. The Mad Hatter, confusing yet oddly loyal. The Cheshire Cat, disorienting but insightful. Even the Caterpillar, blunt and challenging, still offers a moment of reflection. None of them fit in a mold. None of them act the way we're taught family is supposed to act. But they offer something that matters more than formality. They offer presence. They offer witnessing. They offer something real. Found family doesn't always look like the stories we were told. It's not perfect. It's not always neat. But it's honest. And most importantly, it's chosen. These are the people who say, I see you for who you are, and I want to stay. Not in spite of your struggles, but with room for them. People who don't need you to perform or shrink or explain. They just need you to be. I remember the first time I realized someone was choosing me, not tolerating me, not stuck with me out of duty, but choosing to stay in my world. Shout out to Cynthia. Even when I wasn't at my best, even when I was messy and unsure and afraid, they just texted, just check in. They listened, like really listened. And when I didn't have words yet, they just showed up quietly, consistently. Not with grand gestures, but with presence that said you're not alone anymore. It felt strange. It felt safe. It felt like magic. Because when you've grown up being misunderstood or left out or mislabeled, that kind of connection can feel like learning a whole new language. But once you hear it, you'll never forget it. Who in your life has seen a version of you that your family never did? How did that feel in your body, your breath, your heart? Let's get practical now. What does it take to build a found family? Here are some key ingredients. Shared safety. People you can be real with. Emotional availability. Not perfect, but present. Mutual care. Not one-sided, not performative. Space for growth, where change is welcomed, not punished. Aligned values, not the same in every way, but on the same page when it matters. This kind of support system doesn't show up all at once. It's built slowly, carefully, intentionally. And yes, it can include people you've just met or someone you've known for years but never really seen until now. Take a moment now. Think of someone in your life who makes you feel safe. Picture their face. Hear their voice. Now ask yourself, what would it look like to nurture that connection more intentionally? In Wonderland, the Mad Hatter's table is always set for more. There's always a seat, always room. Building your found family means being just as intentional with who you make room for. Ask yourself, who energizes me? Who hears me when I speak? Not just listens, but gets it. Who checks in without needing a reason? Who feels like home even when we don't talk every day? And also, who makes me shrink? Who leaves me doubting my worth? Who drains me with their presence or silence? You get to decide who sits at your table. You get to move the chairs around. And you get to say enough. And you get to say welcome. Who are you ready to invite closer? And who might you need to step away from? Let's be real. Creating new support system also means creating boundaries. Not to keep people out, but to keep yourself safe within. You are not obligated to keep toxic connections just because they're family, and you're not selfish for protecting your peace. Boundaries are a way of saying, this is how I can be in a relationship and still stay true to myself. They're hard, especially if you've never seen them modeled. But they are love. Love for you. For what you're building. Say this with me. I am worthy of a healthy connection. I am allowed to choose who gets close to me. I can build a support system that reflects my truth. I am not alone. I am not too much. I am not invisible. Sometimes you feel like everyone else already found their people, like you're behind or too broken or too complicated. But listen closely. It's never too late to be loved well. It's never too late to be chosen. It's never too late to become someone's safe space and to find your own. Healing happens in connection. And there's still time to find the ones who will walk with you through the madness and the magic. Found family isn't always soft and serious. Sometimes it's laughter over the weirdest things. Sometimes it's spontaneous road trips, memes at night, and comforting silence when you don't know what to say. Let it be messy. Let it be human. And let it surprise you. Let it grow. Wonderland isn't about rules. It's about realness. And the people who belong in your world will love you in your full, unfiltered form. So if you've ever felt like you didn't belong in your family of origin, know this. You are allowed to create a new circle. One that feels like a hug, not a test. One that doesn't demand you to shrink or twist or hide. Your found family is not just possible, it's waiting. It may already be patiently here, or it may still be unfolding. Either way, you don't have to do it alone. Thank you for joining me on Wonderland Unlocked. If this episode resonated, send it to someone who feels like home. And if you're still searching for your circle, trust me, you're not doing it wrong. You're just on your way. Until next time, keep unlocking, keep healing, and keep choosing love on your terms.